Hey guys, so welcome to another video where I'm doing the current state of multi-purpose stadiums slash cookie cutter stadiums where multi-purpose stadiums were a fad of the 60s and 70s and existed into the early 2000s and technically and before getting replaced by the more stylish and technically potentially more practical, but apparently the assumption was that multi-purpose stadiums were more practical than a two-person stadium. But yeah, so then we have the former site of Three Rivers Stadium right here, where Three Rivers Stadium is now a parking lot and a parking garage, and has been replaced by Heinz Field and PNC Park respectively. So this is what Three Rivers Stadium looked like. And we're now in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia for the former spot of Veterans Stadium, aka I believe right over in this endless expanse of a parking lot right here. Somewhere is the plaque for former home plate of Veterans Stadium, but yeah, I believe it was it was right over in this area of the parking lot, and now been replaced by just more and more parking lot. And also interesting factoid about this area would also used to be the ginormous JFK Stadium, which hosted 1985 the Live Aid American side, and the place that preceded the current arena that's sitting here right now, Wells Fargo Center, called the Spectrum. Probably burned down, but yeah, and also had been replaced by Citizens Bank Park and Lincoln Financial Field, respectively. And this is what Three Rivers Veterans Stadium actually looked like. And now we're in Cincinnati, Ohio, for the former spot of Riverfront Stadium, or Synergy Field, as it was called in its last years. And now Riverfront Stadium was right in this area, where it had to be it was technically cut off from the outfield was actually visible from the outside of the stadium during its last years as a ballpark venue. And this stadium, Great American Ballpark, was built literally right next to or inside the outfield area right there, which is going to be a thing in our next ballpark we look at. But yeah, and obviously this ballpark replaced the Cincinnati baseball MLB team, and also this Paul Brown Stadium. The stadium also was they replaced by Paul Brown Stadium here, replaced with the Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah. Just saying that. And now for the next stadium, we're in Riverfront Stadium, what it looked like. And the next city is St. Louis, where I think this ballpark diamond was no, I don't know. The one thing of ballpark diamond was signifying where actually the home plate was, where the actual entire infield was, apparently. First one I saw in this video thing. But yeah, so, well, the other more odder thing about the stadium was, this entire section of seating right here wasn't even able to be finished that entire area of seating, I believe, wasn't even able to be finished constructing until they demolished Busch Stadium. And they have had 3 generations of Busch Stadium named after beer brand. The beer brand. So 3 generations of Busch Stadium. This is Busch Stadium number 3. You call that was Busch Memorial Stadium, or Busch Stadium 2, and then they also have Busch Stadium 1, aka the more common name, Sportsman Park. And then, yeah, so that cookie cutter stadium was located right next to to their current stadium. And unlike all the other cities we have looked at on the past, it had football teams in the past, but technically when it had a football team, the St. Louis Rams originally played. The St. Louis Rams, back when they were still in St. Louis, played in Busch Stadium for a few years back in the late 90s before they relocated over to the Edward Jones Dome at America Center, and then moved back to Los Angeles. Yeah, and then obviously the baseball was replaced by this stadium right over here. And then the next and final stadium is, and this is what Busch Stadium looked like back in the day, apparently hosting football. And we have our 5th, I think, or in any case, next and last stadium in this video, where it's technically RFK Stadium, where apparently I can't actually get any 3D model viewing of this, and apparently the entirety of Washington, D.C. doesn't have any 3D modeling as well. But yes, this is obviously the only still standing cookie cutter stadium in existence, and as you can see from the inside of the area, it has had professional usage since the 2017 by DC United MLS club, and also was used by the Washington Nationals after relocating from Montreal for a few years in 2005 before going to Nationals Park. And then for the football, for the Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins or whatever, or the Washington football team, as they're currently called. We used to play in that stadium, but had vacated and gone all the way over to this stadium right here, which also doesn't have any 3D rendering either, called FedEx Field. And then the Nationals, the current incarnation of the baseball team in Washington, D.C., play here at Nationals Park. and then the DC United have a obviously relatively new built stadium, Audi Field. Like, I think that's how you pronounce it. Over in here. Oh yeah, so thank you all for watching this video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and be sure to check out all my other videos, and okay then.